Hello my darlings and welcome to this themed vlog that I have called One List, One Quest. Now, this essentially is a vlog where I choose one of my favorite 5-star books, and for this one I chose Open Throat by Henry Hoke. I then went on Pagebound and looked at the quests and the lists that this book belonged to. So I went to the quest. I think I chose Through the Eyes of Animals, and I picked one of the books from that quest, and then I went to the list and I think I chose Talking Animals for the list, and I chose one of the books from that list, and that's how I picked the books for this reading vlog. I was going to make this a reoccurring themed vlog, but I've come to realize I don't really like doing themed reading vlogs really much anymore. I prefer to just do mood reading and then the occasional reading for some kind of book awards list. That tends to be what works for me the most in terms of my enjoyment level. So this will just be a once off, but I am going to make this a prompt. I am going to turn this into one of my tarot TBR prompts going forwards. But let's talk about the books I read for this vlog. So we had Hollow Kingdom by Kira Jane Buxton. This was on the Talking Animals list. So this is about a sarcastic pet crow named Shit Turd, or ST for short, who sets off across a zombie ravaged Seattle with his best friend, a dog companion named Dennis, and he's just trying to figure out what happened to humanity. And as he goes on this quest, he discovers that the animals are now the planet's last hope, and that humans just weren't as clever or as advanced as they thought they were. So this is set in Seattle, so you get a lot about Seattle. It's a very humorous book. The crow refers to humans as mofos, and a cat refers to them as mediocre servants. So we do get occasional different POVs from other animals interspersed between the crow's chapters, which was fun. It was interesting to be in the minds of different animals and how they think and how they speak and their words for things. It's very post-apocalyptic, found family. It is a zombie horror. It's a light zombie horror, I guess. Humans were killed by this kind of tech virus, so humans' reliance on technology and their phones and the like was their downfall. The main themes in this were of humanity's impact on nature. So it explores how the natural world is now responding to the absence of humans being in control. It is trying to give hope in dark times. So focusing on things like kindness and resilience and finding purpose. Found family was the main aspect. So ST does form these unexpected bonds with other animals, and not just those within the same species. Friendship and loyalty. So the relationship between ST and his bestie Dennis is the emotional heart of the story, and it shows their unwavering devotion to each other through these horrible circumstances. So many animals die. So many animals, and it was hard for me to stomach. So they die at the hands of the zombie humans. They also die at the hands of other animals, because all of the animals in the zoo, for instance, have been let out of their cages. So you've got a lot of predator animals now at play in this urban setting, and it was rough, guys. It really was rough. I do feel like this was also too long. I think it could have been cut down a bit. I ended up giving it a 3.5 stars. I do love ST, but I suffer when animals suffer and are hurt. So I should have known this going in, that majority of the books that have animals POV, animals will get hurt or killed. But some part of me hoped that would just be heartwarming stories and they would make it through. So please keep that in mind when reading any of these books. The next book that I picked up was Cat Love by Tomás Q. Morín. This was from the quest Through the Eyes of Animals, and I was able to get the bronze medal after completing this book. This one is about this very opinionated cat who is kidnapped and trapped inside a Schrodinger's box. And while she's stuck inside this box, she is And while she's stuck in this box, she has these humans outside of the box that are debating whether or not she even exists. Is there a cat in there? If the cat is in there, is it alive or is it dead? And whilst they're doing that, she is reminiscing about the loving life that she shared with her owner, Mustache. And we're just sort of treated to her witty observations that end up becoming this fucking heartbreaking elegy to or on grief and humanity and what love means in a society that's forgotten compassion. It is very tender. It is also absurd. It's a satirical, dystopian, philosophical fiction with a cat narrator that features a lot of dry humor. We're in the cat's POV. It is very dreamlike and weird. So the cat in this liminal state is pretty much able to astral project to the people that are in the room and follows them home. And she also sort of time travels into her memories as well. She has a lot of pop cultural references and literary references because she's well read and well learned. It is a very existential novel. And it's set in this sort of, well, it's a dystopian world, but this alternate world where humans now dress like animals and work as emotional support humans. There are also some other odd things in terms of, say, driving road rules, for instance. So it's not quite Earth. The main themes in this were of love surviving separation and grief and remembrance. And it was also written with different formatting. So every now and again, the cat's POV chapters were interspersed with questionnaires that the students who were observing her in the box were answering. But oh my God, this book made me so fucking angry and sad. It was devastating. It filled me with the injustice that I remember feeling when I watched The Crow for the first time. It's kind of like that. It is so fucking unfair. And I just kept hoping, I'm trying not to cry, for a certain outcome. I don't want to tell you how it ends, but it definitely didn't go in a predictable direction. This is a surreal, weird book. I would say that it's not conventional storytelling. This cat, I loved her so much. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this one was really hard to read especially as a cat lover. Oh, it was rough. I ended up giving this a 4.25. I'm just too upset about what happened in this book to rate it higher than that. I was quite angry and gutted and outraged and heartbroken. I've got tears like literally about to fall on my face, and with this makeup it's going to be horrendous. But yeah, it was quite fast paced too. Sometimes it'd only be a few words on a page. It was interesting. It does involve a spiritual aspect as well, and mythology was brought into it. So the cat, I don't want to spoil anything, but there were some things brought up that I wasn't familiar with previously. Yeah, I'm actually fucking crying. I gave this a 4.25. So to sum up the books in this vlog, we had Hollow Kingdom by Kira Jane Buxton, 3.5. Anybody Got a Cheeto? And Cat Love by Tomás Q, Morín, 4.25. All the orange flowers for this kitty. And isn't it an honor to experience a cat's love? Fuck. I actually think I'm going to round this up to a 4.5. Fuck it. This is a 4.5. I don't think either of these books will be for everybody. I think they're quite niche, and with the way that they're told as well, not just the story and the characters. But yeah, I'd say don't pick up books about animals if you really can't handle the pain of seeing an animal suffering. Even though some of these books end up being favorites, like Open Throat by Henry Hoke, about the queer mountain lion. from the LA Hills. That was also fucking gut-wrenching, but that was a 5-star book for me. So sometimes I'm able to get past certain things depending on, I guess, the context. Whereas in Cat Love, I was just too angry that this was the premise. So anyway, I gotta go wash my face now. If you've read either of these books or any of the books that were in those lists or quests, let me know if you have a favorite in there that maybe I should check out. There is a lot, and I'm just not sure like what ones are worth the pain. If you don't know what to comment but want to let me know you were here, leave me a cat emoji. Until next time, stay wild, Star Child.